Hey, what up everyone? I'm Sinnycool, and this is Gems of War. And today I have your weekly preview for the week of March 27th, 2023. Relic of the Past, new ultra rare troop, Relic Knight. Get this troop with glory from the rewards tab of the shop. Guild Wars, help your guild win the war. Don't forget to set your defenses and fight your daily battles. Relic Hunter, experience our new world event with your guildmates. Play world event battles every day to unlock rewards. Window of Spirits ending in 13 days, 20 hours. I think you can technically get the King of the Ravens there, the Mythic, if you have the bigger pass, which is a really good Mythic. Kind of hurts for us free-to-play people, but it is what it is. Some people can use it this week in Guild Wars is the problem. Events, Week of Undead. All Undead gain 10% to their skills. Week of Knights. All Knights gain 10% to their skills. And bonus Glory. Use the Relic Knight in PvP to gain 5 Glory. As far to add a little bit to this, like, people that spent extra money get to use a Mythic this week, where somebody that didn't spend extra money cannot use the Mythic this week during a competitive Guild Wars situation. And a good troop at that, a good Mythic, yeah, kind of crazy. That's the first time I think that's happened, like, to that extent in this game. Games, or let's go to the, Soulforge. Yeah, games. Let's check this out. What's in here? What are the mythics? I'll put them in order. What are the legendaries? I'll put them in order. And are there any weapons worth mentioning? We have Ulor, the Arch DEVA, Doomclaw, and Elamagrim. Kind of a ho-hum. A ho-hummer for ya. Archdeva's probably the best one. He's not a top 10 or anything. He's like a supplementary mythic that goes well with other mythics, but he's not the main guy on any team. He's like the John Stockton. 20, red, yellow, purple, white helm, divine human. Choose an ally, give them 67 attack, life, and armor, and fill their mana. Can only be cast once. Of course, that purple number is based on your magic, so it might be different for you. Sanctuary, barrier, and bless a random ally when matching 4 or more gems. So, a good mythic, maybe a top 25. It's like a B tier around there. Not something you can't leave this week without. You should probably keep saving up for top 10 mythics if you don't have them all. But he goes good with, like, the Lord of Slaughter, Zul'Goth, things that have very high mana cost, because he will, you know, fill their whole mana and give them a bunch of stats. And he only does it once, but he also has a good third trait, so he continues to be useful even after he casts his spell. Barrier and bless a random ally when matching 4 or more gems. So good mythic, solid mythic, above average mythic to good mythic. B, B minus, something like that. Good one, good one. So if you don't have it and you already have the top 10s, go for it. We have Ulor. This is going to be difficult because they're all... Well, Doomclaw's terrible. He's stinky booty cheese. Elamagrim and Ulor. Jeez. Some people like Ulor, and Elamagrim used to be good. I think I'm going to go with the nostalgic Elamagrim. 25 red, purple, brown, Dragon's Claw, Daemon Dragon, deal damage to all enemies. So he's actually useful in a world event situation where you have a spell damage medal, and he's part of the restriction. He creates 9 purple gems boosted by burning enemies. So if you can somehow burn all enemies, Infernus, Zul'Goth, something like that, you can make more purple. It doesn't have any good traits. Impervious is the only thing it has. So it used to be like a pretty good loopy dragon back when there wasn't as many good dragons, but now we have all the Dragonite dragons, Diamantina. Ulor would be next. Some people like them, but I'm not a big fan. 24 blue, brown, purple, Glacial Peaks, Divine Fae. Eliminate attack from the first 2 enemies and magic from the last 2 enemies. And drain all mana from the 2 strongest enemies. Freeze and Fairy Fire a random enemy when matching blue gems. Not bad, just not good. I would call it like a C+, somewhere around there. Just under Elamagrim, in my opinion. Maybe a B-. Maybe he's a B- and Elamagrim's a B. Something like that. He's not bad. Alright, let's take a look at the legendary. So the story of the Soulforge so far is Arch DEVA. Which it's not DIVA, right? I mean, put it in the comments. DIVA is a woman, like Beyonce or something. He's not Beyonce. So I like to say DEVA. Just to make sure he's not dancing around in his panties. Alright, Emperor Corvash is here. Forest Guardian. Solzara. I mean, if you want to call him Arch DIVA and he's want him to dance around in his panties on your team, that's up to you. But Nutcracker. Alright, so nothing too crazy. So Nutcracker, Solzara are both very ho-hum. Forest Guardian's a 50% start, and Emperor Corvash is pretty decent. So these days, I think Forest Guardian would be your top choice for a legendary. Emperor Corvash used to be a top 10, but like borderline. It was like at the 10, 11, 12 area way back in the day. But Forest Guardian is a 50% start for Beast, so it might be more important these days. But 18 yellow, green, Magrim Woods, Divine Beast, transform purple gems to skulls, and transform brown gems to green. Allied Beast gain barrier. So it does something on top of, it does something good. It has a good spell on top of having a 50% start for Beast. I like to use it with like Katir and Scroll and stuff like that, who also does some sort of skull business. And it actually goes good together because like the colors that they do. But yeah, he's okay, but not a top 10. I wouldn't spend any diamonds on it. You should just use like event keys or get it some other way. Emperor Corvash would be second for the legendaries. 15 blue, brown, Leonis, Empire, Human, Monster. Deal true damage to the first two enemies, stun them, and drain their mana. Stun a random enemy in 4 or 5 gym matches. Used to be the best stunner in the entire game. Stun gets rid of their traits, and some enemies have really good traits, so that's a good thing to have. But now we have lots of other stuff like Obsidious and Elementalist that do it way better. And he doesn't hit all enemies, he only hits the first 2 enemies, but that's still pretty good. He's useful here and there. If you got him like super early in the game, you could put him on top of your team and he would probably carry your whole team. And between Solzara and Nutcracker, that's like picking between a turd and a turd. I don't know. Eliminate all armor from an enemy, explode all gems of one of the enemy's colors, then explode all stone blocks. Kind of weird in that stone blocks are only used in the underworld, and you know, part of his spell you could only use in the underworld. Solzara, 15 purple, green, Groshnak, Orc, Mystic, deal damage to an enemy, gain souls. If the enemy's life is greater, deal triple damage and gain triple souls. No good traits. Well, Necromancy's okay. But yeah, those are no good. If I was going to tell you to get anything so far, it'd be Archdeva and Forest Guardian. But my advice would be to just hold your diamonds unless you have all the top 10 mythics and then go for Archdeva. Alright, we have Mortal Chain. Won't let me see like the affixes, but I think some of these knight weapons have a like barrier. Oh, there we go. Some of the affixes are over there. So yeah, barrier myself, shielding, explode, light spot. Oh, I don't know. Anyway, none of these are like super. I think one of them, like either Flail of Guard or Mortal Chain, is decent, but it's not like, oh my gosh, you have to get it. But Blade of Nefertani's here if you still need Duskbringer. That's shout out to Bear Razor for saying that in my comments. Cane Sword I'm using in one of my World Event teams. I think I'm also using Ebon Hammer in one of my World Event teams. So that's usually if there's no like super duper weapons like Rope Dart or anything. The only reason you would be crafting a weapon in the Soulforge, if there's not like an OP weapon, would be if you're going to use it for the World Event or you're just doing it for collection purposes for like Kingdom Power. Okay, so Archdeva was about the only good thing. I would save your diamonds this week. Nothing there that you can't leave this week without. Let's take a look at the World Event. And I did not do a scoring video, so I will go over it here today for once. Relic Hunter. The Crypt Keepers are formidable foes, but mystic weapons are strong against them. Battle foes in the underworld and collect ancient weapons. We have spell damage, you know what to do with that. Hit all enemies. So the scoring. Everything's worth the exact same, except for Lady Morana, who is worth the most. She has a different emblem or badge. It's like a skull-looking emblem or badge. Just pick her whenever you see her, Lady Morana. Otherwise, all I've been doing is picking one and not choosing it, because the higher the level you get them, the more they're worth. So that's just how it works, basically. Like, choose one. I picked Zeradar, and I'm not picking Zeradar at all. And then I'm picking everything else. So I started with, like, the troops, and I picked the troops. Like, it was I forget who it is, but the something. Picked those first, and then it ended up there was none of those, and then I picked like Matron Valine, and then I just kept not picking Zeradar. If you really want to get down and dirty with it, that's what you do. So always pick Lady Marana, and then pick one enemy not to choose, and always pick the highest level. Make sure to grab all your rewards before you get started so you can get your tokens, get your medal. I went up to Tier 3 just for the video. I'm not sure what you should do. Tier 2 always seems like a safe bet, and then you can always go higher later if you need more turns. Yeah, that's the world event. It's pretty simple. It's a night restriction. I have a video. I'll link it at the end of this video with 3 teams, high, mid, and low. It's called OP Nights and One-Shot Days. All right. Let's check out everything else going on this week. So, today, we got the campaigns. You're going to do your campaign tasks. Remember to just re-roll everything that even is kind of annoying. It's just the way it is. They changed it to where everything's easier. If you re-roll, you're going to get something simple. If you see a treasure hunt, re-roll it. If you see do a level 9 difficulty in Sword's Edge, re-roll it. You know, if you see hunt down Lady Marana, re-roll it. Even though she's in the world event, it'll be easier. They'll give you something like kill 15 enemies. So always re-roll. Unless it's easy to do. So Guild Wars is tomorrow. You're going to want to set your defends and sentinels today. Make sure you just set 24 different defend troops. You get 2,000 points a day for that. It's better than setting one defense team that can kill everybody. If you set the same team every day, you're going to lose like 10,000 points. So don't be that guy. Make sure you set 24 different defends. That's way more points, way easier. Tuesday, Faction Assault is Crypt Keeper. Wednesday, the pet. I can't tell because I have a pet right now, but I think it's the Toy Soldier. Thursday, we have Knight class event, which is terrible. Knight is probably one of the worst classes in the game. And then Friday, we have Invasion, I'm pretty sure. Invasion is the easiest event in the entire game. You just use the troop that they give you, and you can use like 2 or 3 of them, and it's so easy. All you have to really do is pick your weapon, because they just destroy towers once you get there. One-shotting towers easily, so you could just use any explodey weapon with 3 of the tower troop, and it'll be pretty easy. Of course, I'll make a video, and I'll make a team that's like cohesive and synergetic that does better than that, but that's a simple way to do it if you just want to do it without thinking. Alright, so that's everything, I think. Let's check out the Glory Shop. I think I did this in a different order today. Always grab your Spoils of War. And Relic Knight. 12 green, blue, Sword's Edge, Undead Knight. Barrier an ally and give them mana equal to half their mana cost. If they are a knight, create 3 spirit gems. That's trash. He's trash. He comes in with green and blue trait stones, though. Green and blue trait stones, only 1 per. But we can take a look at what troops you can fully trait with that green and blue trait stone. So we'll go here. We'll do green and blue. We'll do all colors. We'll do base rarity. We'll do show all. And you can grab as many of this trait stone as you want right now just for glory. You got a Query. Query is not awesome, but it's kind of fun. Aquaticus, same thing. Not like you don't have to have it, but it's kind of fun. Diamantina you can't get with event keys, of course. Doomclaw is terrible. Draculus is okay. Your rally's good for the Scorpius rally team, which works in every kingdom right now. As long as you have the Bane of Mercy on your team, Scorpius and your rally with the Bane of Mercy works everywhere. So it's a really good difficulty 12 Explorer team. I might make a video on that this week. But yeah, you can get the Poison Gaze. I don't know what I think I'm talking about event keys when I'm talking about trait stones. Hold on. Alright, anyway, let me start over. We got Tsunami here. We got Poison Gaze. I'm tripping, y'all. Mithrilion has a bunch of good traits. Possessed King has Unstable Possession. Lord of Slaughter has Savage Strike. Bashtagon has Curse of Madness. King Averlorn has 50% start for elves. Christinex has a gain enchant when matching purple. Queen Beatrix has Royal Honey. That's one of the most important traits in the entire game, and it 100% uses this trait stone. Web Spinner has Lethal Toxin and Snare, which makes Lethal Toxin hit almost everything. Anything else? Mercy is an empowered converter. You got Rowan there if you want to, like, trade her all the way up and gold medal her or something. Really useful troop. We got another empowered converter. And once again, I don't know every single trait of every single troop. I'm just pointing out troops that I know are pretty good that you could trait. But yeah, Queen Beatrix, Web Spinner, the Possessed King, Lord of Slaughter. Pretty good stone there if you don't have those troops fully traded. Now let's check out the event key drop table, which is Sword's Edge. Let's see. Let's go up from the bottom for S's and G's. Alright, let's show all for S's and G's. Alright, Champion of Anu, not great. We got an empowered converter here. I think Sword's Edge is pretty booty cheek. Sir Quentin Hadley's the only thing. He's a legendary. He's 50% start for knights. You're going to use him in pretty much every team in the world event today. Anytime you're using Guard's avatar, you're going to use Sir Quentin Hadley. He's a very important and good 50% start. He actually has a good spell too. Converts purple gems to yellow and green gems to skulls and deals damage to 2 random enemies. 50% start for knights, 25% skull reduction. He's really good. If you don't have him, maybe consider throwing like 1,000 event keys. I wouldn't go too crazy, but he is pretty important right now to have. But that's about it. There's really nothing too crazy in here. The mythics are not good, and the only thing worth shooting for is Sir Quentin Hadley. Alright, also in that same drop table, there is those new troops that came in, I think with the last update. It's not very notable. There's like one legendary dragon. I already got them all, so maybe you haven't though. It's like Eleanor. There was nothing like really good in here, so can't remember if he was one of them. I think, was she one of them? He was definitely one of them. He was one of them. And where's the dragon? He's like a legendary. Maybe I don't have it. It's showing all. Thought there was some sort of dragon. Oh, there he is. I guess I don't have it in base rarity. There we go. So this dragon is probably the biggest prize out of those new troops that came in with the Sword's Edge like update thing. Deal damage to all enemies, gain armor. He's not a knight though, so you can't use him for this world event, but it is a dragon. It does hit all enemies, so it's okay. It's not the greatest thing ever, but it's the biggest prize out of the new Sword's Edge troops. I could definitely use more copies, but I'll just use an orb on it if I don't get it. No big deal. So yeah, just kind of, you know, that new mythic, if you have the new pass, would be like probably the best thing going on this week, and just that it's easy invasions this weekend. Sword's Edge, Sir Quentin Hadley. That's about all the good stuff going on. The chat-a-thon was really good yesterday. You guys were awesome. Really appreciate it. I'm probably going to be saying thank you for like the next few days. Was the best one ever. Like, it went the longest ever. I have to check and see if it was like the best one ever in other areas, but it was close. It's got to be like probably second or third place. It was really, really good one, and it saved my March, and that was after a poopy February. I thought I was going to have 2 poopy months in a row, but the chat-a-thon dug it out of the ditch. So you guys are the best. I really appreciate it. All right, campaign. Having overpowered the Bane of Mercy, a new guardian of the portal in the Sinna Mirage, we were free to descend into the underworld in search of this hammer. All right, so we got really easy ones like this event key one. You can just do it real fast. Bang, bang. Move on to the next thing. Boom. You can do this one really easy. I don't even know if I have them, though. Oh, I do. I've been opening all my glory keys. See if I get anything off 200. Nope. 6 gems. We can do that one. Glory is pretty easy to get. You can do PvP for glory. This one, see what I'm talking about here? Win Explorer runs and Sword's Edge at difficulty 9 or higher. You know, you probably do have a team for that, but it's much easier just to re-roll the task. Blue Slayer. I'd much rather do Blue Slayer than even this one here, this ranked PvP battles. If I didn't recommend getting to tier 1 every week in PvP, then I would re-roll this one too. I might just re-roll it because we're going to be doing Guild Wars all week anyway, so I don't even need to do ranked PvP battles. But I kind of need to do it for Glory Hound, so I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to re-roll it or not, but that's another one where I might re-roll it, so I don't know. We'll see. Let's see what we're getting. Alright. So the High Priestess is what the paid pass is getting. She's not any good, though. There's really no good tarot cards except for the Empress right now. The other, the Fool is okay, too, because he can go with, like, Chalcedony and the Chalcedony team. So, like, Chalcedony, Watchful Blade, Chernabog, and the Fool. Just to apply negative status effects while you loop your butt off. That or you put a Guardian on that team. Like, Persistence or Defiance or something. I use Defiance. Some Writs are here, though. Writs. And what's the stat? Some armor, which is good right now because we're using Guard's Avatar in the World event. One more thing, though. If you got the Super Duper Pass, you're up, like, ahead of everybody else here. And you get the King of the Ravens. 24 blue, purple, yellow, Glacial Peaks, Phase Strix. Explode all purple gems and spirit gems. Deal damage to the last 2 enemies boosted by spirit gems. Convert 2 blue gems to spirit gems when my turn begins. Summon a dark storm at the start of battle. So the reason he's so good is because he will drain the enemy's mana. He'll put 2 spirit gems on the board, which is going to drain 4 mana from all enemies. And then he's going to explode those. Well, they won't drain until he explodes, but when he casts a spell, he's going to blow up all the spirit gems on the board. And he blows up purple and blue. He uses purple and blue. He deals damage to the last 2 enemies. Like, he's going to keep draining the enemy team over and over. But we shall see. I don't know. I don't have it. I'm not going to have it for quite a while, but he's potentially going to be a good Mythic. Sounds good on paper. I don't think anybody's used him in action yet. So what if it doesn't do what we think it's going to do? What if it's not, like, what if he doesn't get up very fast and, like, he only drains 4 mana the entire battle from the enemy team? Like, but he sounds like pretty good. So it sounds like he's going to get right back up when he explodes all that purple and blue. And then you can just cast him again and again and again. And he's going to keep draining 4 mana from the other team. He's going to keep putting spirit gems on the board. So yeah, with another kind of exploder on the team, like a Thrall or something, you could just keep draining the enemy's mana and be really annoying to the enemy team, and just they never get to cast. It's kind of like the opposite of looping. So I kind of like it because I love looping and never giving the enemy a turn. So this is kind of like another way to do that. You're draining their mana by 4 every turn at least, and then they never get to cast. So you don't take any damage. But I think that's everything. I can't really think of anything else. I don't know if I'm going to do a live stream this week. I might take a little break, you know, after doing that long chatathon. I'll let y'all know. If I do, it might be something else on, like, Thursday, just to get some of that done. But, yeah, I might take, like, a day off. Not sure. We'll see. But I'll have the faction video for you tomorrow for sure. And if I don't do a live stream Wednesday, I'll probably just put out something. I'm not sure. We'll see. I'll let you know. Like, share, subscribe, consider joining. Helps a lot. Tell your guild about the channel, comment below. And I will see y'all next time. Peace.